Now, the Chevy Silverado has ranked third in worldwide sales according to recent industry analysis. So, who's number one? The Toyota Hilux at 616,000 in sales. The Ford F-150 has 594,000. And then the Chevy Silverado, 418,000. But as you guys know, I will always include the sale of the GMC Sierra 1500 and combine them with the Silverado. It's the same freaking truck.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
It's the same body, the same engine, same transmission. It's just got a different name and a couple different features. It's the same freaking truck, you guys. So if you combine those two, 418 plus 267, that would be 685,000, which is actually, you know what? That's more than the Toyota Hilux. The Silverado Sierra combination is the world's largest selling truck.
And we're doing it better than anybody else alive. Woo!
It sells more than the F-150 and more than the Toyota Hilux. They don't actually sell that vehicle in the US. What they sell is the Toyota Tacoma. They're similar vehicles. The body is different and the engine is different. The Toyota Hilux mostly uses a diesel engine, and the Toyota Tacoma, which is made for the US, is mostly uses or only uses a gasoline engine. So I don't feel like they're the same truck. I'm officially crowning the Silverado Sierra team or combo as the largest selling truck in the world with 685,000, and that is more than everybody.
The champ is here. The champ is here.
Now you see we have Ford F-150, Ford F-250. That's a super heavy duty truck. So I don't think those two should be counted the same. Let's look in the comments. What are you guys thinking? Do you agree with me that they should combine the Silverado and Sierra sales numbers? See, first comment. It's great to know if you combine the Silverado and Sierra sales, they are number one in the world. Exactly. Then somebody says, yeah, but I hate that GM has put themselves in this debacle. Building one truck brand is much more efficient than building two. The truth is, GM has been wanting to build one truck brand for a while now. The problem is they discovered that Chevy and GMC guy are not always the same person. I have a neighbor that is one of those, I drive a GMC and don't you ever call it a Chevy type of person? What?
Oh, what the frick?
People really think that? GM shot themselves in the foot by pushing GMC as more premium than Chevy. I can't believe people actually think that. Guys in the comments, have you ever heard anybody say that? I'm a GMC guy, not a Chevy guy. That is insane.
That's crazy.
What do you guys think? Do you think they should combine Chevy and GMC? I've never met anybody who just looks down their nose at Chevy because they have a GMC.
It was not explained to me.
Yeah, like it's the same freaking truck. What are people thinking, you guys? This is insanity. Story from Ford Authority. Ford CEO Jim Farley says dealers can switch Edge buyers to the Mach-E. You guys, you remember the Ford Edge? Well, they don't make that anymore. Ford CEO suggests that you buy this electric Mustang. I don't know. This doesn't look like a Mustang to me.
It was an abomination.
Let's look at this story. Back in June 2020, Ford CEO Jim Farley stirred up quite a few strong reactions when he said that the Ford Mustang Mach-E was a much better product than the Ford Edge. Sure enough, the Edge was indeed nixed from the Ford lineup after the final example rolled off the line at Oakville Assembly Plant in Canada. The Mustang Mach-E in 2024 sold 47,000 vehicles, and in 2024 52,000 Ford Edges. The Ford Edge was capable of selling over 100,000 a year when they were actually committed to making it. My gut feeling is that the people that are buying the Mustang EV were not Ford customers that were looking for a Ford Edge. These are probably customers that came from different OEMs. I don't get the sense that these are Ford guys that wanted to try buying a Ford. I am not convinced that the Mustang EV can replace the Ford Edge. I really liked the Ford Edge. I thought that was a good vehicle, especially when they made it with the V6, the 3.5-liter Duratec, which was available in the Ford Edge up until 2018. Now we'll see if they sell 100,000 Mustang Mach-E's, but you know what? I doubt it. I really doubt it.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Let's look at the comments. This guy says, dream on. Dream until your dreams come true. This guy says, you got a whole lot of convincing from the Mach-E to the Edge is not going to work. This guy says, no way. I'm currently an Edge owner and I would not buy a Mach-E. I do not like EV. And to reference the EV and a Mustang is an insult to the Mustang owner community, which I too am heavily involved. Yeah. I don't think the Mach-E sales are ever going to get, not in any time soon, to this level of sales that the Edge got. This guy says, I agree with you 1000%. The EV Mustang is an insult to a real Mustang owner. Yeah.
It was an abomination.
This guy says, what a clown. One of the advantages of the Edge is the cargo space. The Mach-E does not even come close. It has less than the Escape. I will be in the market again next year, and unless Ford gets their act together, I am leaning towards a Honda Pilot to fill the gap left by the Edge. And then somebody says, the idiot does not realize that the Edge, Bronco Sport, and Escape each have larger interior volume than the Mach-E. The idiot also does not realize that Edge buyers are probably not interested in an electric vehicle. Tell us how you really feel. Last comment. Guess he's back from summer vacay and back to spewing absurd nonsense.
An astute observation has led to laughter.
Oh my goodness. Well, it looks like the comment section does not agree that the electric Mustang can replace the Ford Edge. I like that Ford Edge. I made a what is the best year video about that. People complain that 3.5-liter Duratec had the internal water pump. That's just one part. Just get in there when a car gets old. Go ahead and get in there, replace that water pump, and stop crying. I've seen several of those Ford Edge make it to over 350,000 miles. So stop crying about the internal water pump. You know who else has an internal water pump on some engines? Nissan and Honda. So get in there and change that water pump, boy.
Let the boy watch. He needs to learn the way I learned from my father, the way he learned from his father.
But we don't even have that option now because the Ford Edge Duratec 3.5-liter is gone. Would you buy a Mustang EV instead of a Ford Edge? Let me know in the comments.